It's your 1 o'clock update here on deadline day, which is turning out to be a lot more lively than we thought it would be. So let's go through some of the deals taking shape ahead of tonight's transfer deadline at 11 o'clock. And some meat on the bones of this transfer regarding Louis Saha to Spurs. We're hearing that that's virtually done and that the midfielder Steven Pienaar could well be going the other way to Everton, back to his former club, so that works out well for all parties concerned. Another very interesting rumour reaching us is that Fulham have turned their attentions to the West Brom striker Peter Odemwingie after seeing a move for the Borussia Dortmund striker Lucas Barrios, 27 years old, fall through. So this is interesting for you Arsenal fans. You may not have heard it earlier, but Sky Sports are reporting that the Russian club Anzhi Makachkala are talking to Arsenal regarding a transfer of Andriy Arshavin. Arsenal fans are going to be crossing their fingers on that one. And of course, the most fascinating bit of business on this deadline day, my favourite transfer of all, is West Ham's audacious move for the Manchester United midfielder Ravel Morrison. Sunderland, they're understood to have made a move for the former Liverpool defender Sotirios Kyrgios on loan. News of that reaching us in the last few minutes. Sky Sports report that Bristol City's striker Nicky Maynard is talking to West Ham. The Mirror Football website is reporting that Roberto Mancini at Manchester City has bid to land the 32-year-old midfielder David Pizarro on loan until the end of the season. Millwall have signed this forward Andy Keogh on loan from Wolves on a 2.5-year deal. The 19-year-old Borussia Dortmund midfielder Thomas Eisfeld had a couple of injuries over the last couple of seasons. He's understood to have signed for Arsenal on a 4-year deal. Our reporter in the Midlands, James Nursey, is telling us that the defender Danny Collins is back at Stoke. He's turned down a move to Southampton. And Martin O'Neill at Sunderland, we told you a bit about him earlier. He's been very busy on this deadline day. He's tied up a loan deal for the City left-back Wayne Bridge, and he's moved again for the Bolton striker Kevin Davis. But Bolton have headed that one off by handing Davis a new 18-month deal at the ripe old age of 34. The QPR defender Matthew Connolly has gone to Reading on loan until the end of the season. Lots of our Swiss viewers have been inundating us this morning, telling us that Man United are interested in the Swiss Man City defender Frederick Vesely. Well, we can tell you, he's 19 by the way, extremely highly rated. Liverpool also having a look at him as well, so that's by no means a done deal. Now let us know your views on the day's transfer activity. You can email us at spy@mirror.co.uk. You can tweet us at Mirror Football or at Mirror Darren. And remember, we've got Lee Ryder coming up for you very shortly. But I just want to give you a couple of bits that I'm hearing here on the Football Spy Pad, because as well as the Denver Bar and Papi Cisse aborted deals, we've got lots of you getting on to us even as I speak. Sky Sports are claiming that Lazio are on the brink of giving up on Keisuke Honda. We told you about that deal earlier, or that potential deal earlier this morning. Some of your messages to go through very shortly indeed, but first we're going to go to our man in the northeast. We spoke to Simon Bird, the Daily Mirror's northeastern correspondent. Now let's speak to the man at the Newcastle Chronicle. Lee Ryder's waiting to speak to us. Hello Lee.
With interest in the last few days, but Newcastle, they're tough players in the transfer market. They don't budge on very much either side of transfer fees, so we'll have to wait and see whether this one goes through or not today. But that's certainly the player that Alan Pardew wants. In terms of other business outgoing, we know Peter Lovenkrands is wanted by Birmingham City and Wolves, so we'll wait to see on that. There could be other loan movement elsewhere with some of the fringe players, but for the moment we're focused on Adrian Mariappa of Watford. Back to you, Darren. Welcome back to Newcastle, Darren. One priority for Newcastle United on deadline day, and it's Adrian Mariappa from Watford. Obviously 3 bids have already gone in for the player, but Newcastle might try their hand with one more. Whether they'll meet the valuation of £4 million remains to be seen. Obviously Wigan have already put a bid in today, which has been rejected, and obviously Arsenal credited with interest in the last few days, but Newcastle...
Lee Ryder, a very capable man at the Newcastle Chronicle, and remember, we're getting news all the time on this deadline day. One that Lee may not have told you about is James Perch, the defender at Newcastle, word reaching us here at the Daily Mirror that he has been the subject of a bid from an unknown club. We'll bring you details on that a bit later on in our deadline day update at 2 o'clock. Remember, you can email us, as I was saying before, spy@mirror.co.uk, tweet us at Mirror Football or at Mirror Darren. We're talking to some more of our correspondents as the day wears on, and we'll be talking to some of my colleagues from the games that they will be at later on this evening. John Cross is at Wolves against Liverpool. Martin Lipton is at Swansea for their game against Chelsea. So stay logged on to the Mirror Football website. We'll keep you right up to date with everything that's going on this transfer deadline day.